Good evening, guys. Thank you for joining in. This My name is Dheeraj, and I work on the program side with Beckn Open Collective and also FIDE. Uh, Thank you all for joining in. I know it's a bit of an odd hour to have a community call, but thank you for joining in again. This is a community call. It's a monthly occurrence where we you know where we exchange ideas, discuss ongoing projects, address any issues, figure out what's happening in the world of backend. It's kind of an update call to catch up with what happened in the previous month, basically, in Beckn Open Collective and everything that's revolving around this world. So before we start off, quick housekeeping announcements. Uh, Open contributions, all contributions made in Beckn Open Collective will be open source and will remain free and free of cost. There will not be any ownership or royalties involved for any contribution made in the Beckn Open Collective space. Participation during this call, we encourage active participation, but in the first half of the call, where I'll be presenting you the updates of what has happened in the last month, I would request you guys to use the chat box for any questions, queries, or any kind of if you want to share thoughts. Towards the last 15 minutes of this call, we'll have an open forum where we'll open up the floor for discussion. Resources: this call will be recorded along with the PPT that you guys are seeing currently will be shared across on our YouTube. And also community guidelines, please let's keep this space safe space and respectful and inclusive space for everybody involved. So that's a humble request. With that, let's get started. Welcome again. A quick overview of agenda, what we are going through today. We'll first look at what's happening in the community, a community update. I have two community update from the month of July, and then we'll go on to what's upcoming in BOC, what are the upcoming events, and then, like I mentioned, the last 15 minutes will open up the floor for Q&A, discussion, chit chat, all of that. And finally, we'll just quickly wrap up the call for the day. All right, let's get started with community updates. What's exactly happening in the world of Beckn? Uh, the first one is coming here from Bengaluru. Namma Yatri here in Bengaluru has launched Namma Transit. What started out as a a way of a new initiative to reimagining urban mobility here in Bengaluru, while keeping the drivers and users at the center of this whole exercise of reimagining urban mobility. Nammayatri has now become a revolution in itself, clocking over 100 million rides in less than 3 years. The Nammayatri has a pilot initiative was launched back in November 2022, and in less than 3 years, that is as of last month, they have clocked over 100 million rides. And now they are also introducing this new service called as Namma Transit here in Bangalore, which is live right now. With Namma Transit, commuters can plan their entire journey from first mile to public transport to last mile, everything in one single interface with live tracking, platform guidance, and smart alerts, of course. All the fancy side of the tech, of course. What this basically means is that if you were if you were to book a ride, let's say you're traveling to your friend's place, and for that you need to book an auto to reach the metro nearest to your place, and from there you have to book a metro ride and reach the metro station nearest to your friend's house, and from there again you have to take a second auto, of course the third booking, to reach that place. That's how we were doing things up until now. But with Nama Transit, now you can do all of this in one interface in just one click. And you don't have to do multiple bookings, no more hassle, nothing. It's all live right now with Namayatri. So the key idea here is that public transport, if it has to work, it has to work for the people. And for it to work for the people, the commuters or the users need to have a unified experience where the system is designed to meet their requirements and not like designed as a quick fix. For this, a lot of open infrastructure ecosystem thinking and digital rails is necessary. That is exactly what Namayatri is bringing together. And with Namma Transit now, they are kind of revolutionizing the entire multimodal urban mobility as well. And also, right now, if you're here in Bangalore, you can quickly check out, you can quickly open your Namayatri app, and you can basically see two features. Either you can book a metro ticket, just a metro ticket from, let's say, station A to station B, or you can book a multimodal ride where you can, like I mentioned, you can book an auto ride to reach the metro station, and do a metro journey, and then again take an auto to reach the final destination. And again, this is not multiple bookings, this is one singular experience, packaged has a one singular experience. And also they have put out a new blueprint. It's called Namma Mobility Blueprint for 2030. What they are visioning the smart mobility in here in our Bangalore should look like. I would actually give a small nudge to you guys to have a read. And also, if you're in Bangalore, like I said, please do use it, give them your feedback, share it on your social, how your experience was, and of course share it among your friends and family. As of last month, they have clocked in over 100 million rides here in across India. And you can also take a look at that using the open data that's readily available on their website. Moving on, the second update is coming here from Bangalore again. Last month, here in our Bangalore office, that's the FIDE office here in Bangalore, the Beckn team and Deloitte team kicked off a new open community for circular economy. And we are calling this new community as Region Exponential. So this Region Exponential is built on a shared vision of building digital infrastructure for regenerative economy. And the community is starting off with their first use case, that is converting agriculture waste and biomass waste for green aviation fuel. So that's the first project that they're kicking the initiative off with. And as part of all this, when the community launch also happened, it saw participation from over 25 leaders from industry, policy, startup, finance, etc. And what were the key takeaways, if you may ask, from this roundtable? Was primarily how to design traceable, inclusive green marketplaces. How do we create a standard for creating marketplace for green economy? Right now there are various efforts happening across the globe, but all of these efforts are pretty much siloed, independent efforts, kind of a work duplication that's happening across. People are trying to solve for the same problem, but in their own ways, in their own areas of interest. But what if we can bring all of them together and actually solve at population scale instead of creating individual solutions? And also, how do we align incentives, supply chain, and financing? How do we align for a better marketplace to evolve, not create marketplaces, but facilitate the creation of marketplaces? And also, for a better lift of where to start, which would be the ideal starting point for all of this. And that's how we are here about at green aviation fuel from agricultural and biomass waste. Currently, the group, that's a working group, is co-writing a vision paper, which will basically uh, lay out the next steps for this community, and how to proceed and how to take next first steps. If this is something that you are getting in sync with, if this is something that is you want to get involved with, you can write to alia at becknprotocol.io and share your thoughts, and how we can of course get on a call and figure out how we can establish synergies and how we can take this forward. We would be more than happy to have you as a part of our region exponential circular economic community as well. So this is pretty much the community updates that's coming in from the Beckn Open Collective for the month of July. Moving forward, what is upcoming in Beckn? Uh, we have tech office hours. This tech office hours happens every Thursday and Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we have it at 3 p.m. IST. This is more suitable for the folks joining from the Eastern Hemisphere, the eastern part of the globe. And for the folks joining from the Western Hemisphere, we have one more call happening every Thursday, which is at 8:30 p.m. The next call is on 7th, that is at 8:30 p.m. So no matter where you are in your backend journey, you might be just tinkering around backend. You might be a student just exploring backend for one of your college projects. You might be a professional who's actually trying to learn backend, implement backend, or you might be working on an actual project on ground which is involving backend. No matter where you are in your journey, if you have a problem which might be as simple as I don't understand what backend is, to as complicated as it can be, please feel free to join these calls where our team of volunteers will be more than happy to help you out with your problems. And if this call is not enough for the for problem to be solved, we can schedule follow-up calls and get your problems resolved. So it doesn't matter if it is just spec related problem, implementation guide, Beckn reference application, no worries. Wherever you are in your backend journey, if you have a problem that's tech related, please hop on to the next call that's happening on July 7th, and we can have it sorted. I would end the updates here, and if you have any thoughts to share, if you have any questions, happy to take.
Hi everyone. My name is Srikar. I would. This is a great one that Namma Transit has started, and it is really exciting to see all of this happening in India. So myself, I moved to India back from Canada. I wanted to contribute in some of the areas of Beacon, but I would like to know like how do I get started?
Mhm.
Previously, I have contributed to some open source communities like Mozilla and all, but have not started yet on Beacon. So just a couple of links to get started would be really helpful. And also, I would like to know, like, is there any specific areas that people can contribute? Like, is it just the tech part, or is it more like you have like organizing events or like channels, community? How do I know like all of those details?
Oh, so like I mentioned, right now you can either start off with the tech side of things where you can actively contribute. You don't need any kind of orchestration from our end. You can just pick up any GitHub issue that you seem fit on our open repository, and you can just start contributing there. And if you want to get more involved with initiatives, right now, like the primary focus is on region exponential, where we are working on this climate piece, and we are trying to create a community around it. So if you want to come in as a community builder, if you want to come in as somebody who wants to orchestrate things, help us manage things better, you can come in there. And for that, you can write to Alia. I think the mail ID is in the chat box, so you can just write to her and you can get involved on that community. So that's one starting point. And also, if you want to get started with Beckn protocol from a technical standpoint, I've shared link for Beckn starter kit. So that's like a one-stop solution for all your Beckn onboarding.
Okay, great. That sounds amazing. And do you also have something in the policy making side or like helping doing some research or like in that areas?
I think again for that, it's more like a use case specific requirement. As of now, I don't think there is any requirement out in the open.
Oh,
But I think once you get involved with the region exponential, there might be a lot of scope for policy and research there, because they are literally starting out and figuring out how to build things, how to build a digital infrastructure for regenerative economy. They're just literally starting out, so that
oh,
there you might find a lot of scope for doing research and policy making. So I think you should get started with I would highly recommend you write to Alia, and maybe you can work out the next steps on how you can get involved firstly, and second, how you can actively contribute.
got it. Yeah, thank you so much. This is super helpful. And
Sure.
you mentioned there is some company. What's that? Cloud base? You mentioned something.
Sorry.
You mentioned a company or like the community starting for regional expansion.
uh, Region Exponential is the community name. It's an open community. It's not a company. It's a
Oh,
community of builders who are actively working in the regenerative economy space. So
oh,
that's the community where you can get involved.
got it, got it. And is there any specific like Discord channels or something like that?
Oh yeah, there is one. I don't have the link handy, but once you write to Alia, she will be able to add you to that Discord dedicated channel for regenerative economy. So she'll
Got
be able to onboard you there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shrikar. Thank you for joining in. Any further questions, Suresh, Hargun? If not, we can proceed and close the call. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to, take them.
And nothing from my side.
All right. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you for joining in. Hargun, anything from your end?
No, I think I have questions related to technical implementations, and I
Mhm.
think I'll ask them in office tech hours only.
Yeah, you got the link for the next session, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. This is a recurring call, and the link is pretty much the standard. So you can use this link to join on either Thursdays or on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, again, it's at 3 p.m. Thursday, it was supposed to be today. We had a session today. And the next one is immediately on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. So use the link, same link. Every week, it's the same link.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. A quick wrap up of what we just discussed. One, Nama 3 is now offering Nama Transit, which is like a bundled experience for both first mile, public transport, and last mile. Now you don't have to book your auto, your metro, and again your secondary auto in different instances. You can all just do it at one interface, has a singular experience, making your overall trip planning way too smooth and way too easy. And we have a new open collective called Regen Exponential. It's open community for builders in the space of regenerative economy, shaping on how to build digital infrastructure for regenerative economy. And with that, thank you for tuning in. Uh, Thank you, guys. This is it from my end. I'll see you next month with updates on what's happening in the world of backend for the month of August. Thank you again.